You were part of ECW, and that organization was just, it still is so iconic. Hardcore really set so many trends for the industry. What was it like being a part of ECW?
Man, it was the best. It was the best, man. I love those guys. I love everybody. We were family. We joked around. We had adventures. Yeah, there were some crazy guys, Balls Mahoney, Axel, but I just still loved them. We were just a tight niche group. There was no egos. I mean, you had to earn your spot. C.W. Anderson, great. I love C.W. You had to earn your spot, absolutely. But once you fall into that fold, we were there to make everybody look great. We there was no egos. There was no, they wanted to make you look like a star. Even if it's Rob Van Dam, he wants to make sure that when you got in the ring with Rob Van Dam, that this is not a just he puts you to a higher pedestal, so then you're equals. So then fans don't think, oh, he's just a jobber, he's a nobody. Everybody wanted everybody to be number one, successful. I love DCW.
How'd you get signed with ECW?
It's not how talented you are, it's who you know. That's the key factor. You could be the most intelligent individual on the planet, but if you don't network and you don't make connections, that knowledge you have, it ain't gonna go far. Because there's some people, whatever industry you're in, you're like, man, I don't know how this fool got this job, because he's out like shaking hands and kissing babies. But how it really happened, true story, and I always tell the story to the day I die. I was at Gleason's gym because I knew Devon from back in the day, from the beginning. And Devon used to work at the post office in New Rochelle. He was a postal worker,
Hmm.
and I worked at a law firm as a mail clerk. So, we used to go to Gleason's and sit down in the apron after workouts and just talk. And we used to take the train together, the F train, and he used to get off, I forgot what stop, he used to get off and catch the next train to go to New Rochelle back home. So, anyway, we became, decent friends at the time. But then he left ECW, like they were looking for a Dudley and, and he got the job. I mean, there's more to the story to that, but that has nothing to do with it. But anyway, so so what happened was when we were in the ring, it was like a Monday or Tuesday, and we're working out with a bunch of guys, and there was this guy named Java. Java Shabibi was a manager, like how Prince Nana is today. He wrestled, but he was just a manager. He knew what his niche was. So we were just talking, and he's like, "Oh man, I've been going to Philly, for the past couple of weeks. Devon told me to come down." And this is months later. I mean, this is after Devon left. This is like maybe 6, 8 months later, or even more. So he's like, "Yeah, oh man, that's cool. You're going to Philly. What are you doing down there?" He goes, "Oh, I'm training to be a ref. Devon kept telling me to come down, work out, and see if you give me a job as a ref." Awesome, great, awesome. So then it was like a Thursday, I'm sorry. Then he was like, "Yeah, I'm going this weekend, Saturday, oh, cool, whatever." So then Thursday comes. So we're working out. After the workout, we're standing on not after workout, but everybody's still working out. We're on the apron talking. And I'm like, "Man, you leaving for Philly this weekend?" And he's like, "Yeah, but I won't be able to go." I said, "Why?" Because my car broke down. And I'm like, "That sucks, man." And so we started talking. He goes, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna miss out. I really want to go, but I can't take my car." So then I said, "Hey, man, if it's cool with Devon, I could drive you down if that's cool. I'll take you down there." So he calls Devon, and Devon said, "Hey, that's great. Have Angel, tell Angel to bring his stuff. Because wrestlers, you always have to bring your stuff to shows, even if you're not booked. Just bring your stuff."
That'd
He
be
goes, "Bring your
great.
stuff." So I went and saw Devon, and he was like, "Yeah, man." And they always before show started, they always do a workout. So in the ring was Tracy Smothers, Nova, Guido, Chris Chetty, Danny Doran, Roca. Everybody was in the ring. There was more there to it, and they're working out, stretching and stuff. And Devon's like, "Hey man, get dressed and get in the ring and work out with him." So I said, "All right." So I got dressed, got in the ring, did the stretching and stuff. And Tracy Smothers was like the leader of that little workout session every time. So he pointed to me after other people worked out. He goes, "Hey, kid, why don't you get in here with Guido and have a workout?" So we did a wrestling match. Maybe give me 5 minutes. So we got 5 minutes locked up, did a move, back and forth, five, it was just on fire, but it was just back and forth, arm drag, drop kick, backdrop, clothesline, hip toss, all that crap. After that, um, they were like, "Hey guys, we're gonna about to let people in, clear out the ring." So when we're clearing out the ring, I'm walking to the curtain, and I mean, it's literally like straight ahead of me was Paul Heyman, Sabu, and Rob Van Dam sitting there. I mean, standing and talking. So it looks like they were going over that match. So Paul's leaning over like one of those generals, that, on the war map, looking at the thing like, what's that next move? And they were looking at the storyline. And he looks up and he grimaces and he's like, "Hey kid, come here for a second." So I went over there. I said, "Yes, sir." And he goes, "Hey, I saw what you were doing out there. I really like what I saw. You know what?" And he was busy. You could see the wheels spinning. He goes, "Just stick around. I'll get with you. Just stick around." And that was it. And I said, "Okay, no problem, sir." And he got back to what he was doing with Sabu and Rob Van Dam. So I went and ran to Devon. I said, "D," I call him D. "Hey, D. Paul pulled me to the side, told me, he liked what he saw, but he just told me to stick around, but I don't understand." He goes, "Hey, man, if Paul tells you to stick around, just stick around." I said, "Yeah, D, but I don't, Angel, I'm telling you, stick around. Just trust me." So that's how it panned out. So I went to the shows all the time. Every Saturday, I kept going to the shows. They kept using me for little angles, meaning like when the gangsters broke up and New Jack was a single wrestler, there was a storyline which never made TV, but I was dressed in black in a Carhartt. I mean, I was sweating in Carhartt, black jeans, black boots, and a Halloween mask and a hoodie. And me and Mustafa was the same type of build and height. And it was supposed to be like this mystery character, but everybody, that's got to be Mustafa and stuff. So I was doing little things like that until it took off. But it was all because of Devon. Devon was always there for me. Devon was always like, giving me advice. And, if I had questions, Devon went back to Paul, because I was still new and still didn't feel comfortable talking to Paul. So Devon always went on my behalf to help me out. Even when I got hurt, he was always checking up on me.
It's always good to have friends that look out for you, especially people
Oh,
that
yeah.
you've known for a long time and have people in your corner because that is important. That camaraderie, it goes a long way.